Oh my, this is a mystery to me. Dominic Casey is testifying and showing video of the abandoned house that he searched for the remains of Caylee. And the owner of the house was a man named Hernan, Hernan Gonzelas. You know, the abandoned house looks pretty bad. So the person that lived in the abandoned house, and it was searched on November the 15th, was a Gonzales. Isn't that something? Because she claimed the nanny was a Gonzales. Zenaida Hernandez Gonzalez, if I'm not mistaken. And Jim Hoover, the PI that filmed the Dominic Casey ripping up bags and digging around the house, said he was told that the person's name on December the 18th by Dominic Casey. Hoover asked Casey if the Anthonys knew they were searching in the woods for Caylee, and Dominic said yes, and that they knew that the name of the people that owned the house was Gonzales. Why has this never come up before? You know, aren't we getting so tired of this case? But it's still such a mystery. It's just the biggest Sherlock Holmes thing. And it constantly bugs you, whatever you do, you know, wherever you go. You always, what's that Casey Anthony? What's the deal with that? So, what is happening with this thing? What is happening with this thing? Something isn't right. The psychic told Dominic Casey where to go. Where's the psychic? She's from Virginia. Oh my goodness. Quite interesting, isn't it? She has had previous contact with Dominic Casey before November the 15th. Another person had contacted her, not Dominic Casey. She also said the Anthonys were the ones that gave her Caylee's teddy bear. This just isn't adding up to me. I would not be surprised to learn if the psychic and Dominic Casey were all part of the defense scheme to show up that there was really someone named Gonzales that kidnapped Caylee, you know, and that she had once lived there. But you know, and then there was a Zanny that no one had just ever met. You know, they should go inside that house and take all the DNA that they can, fingerprint the house. They really should. Casey Anthony could have created her imaginary Zanny, you know, from the name of the residents of that house. Perhaps she had known one of the Gonzaleses and thought they were quite strange, and perhaps had come up with a story, you know, as we're told years before the actual accident happened, that she had in her mind perhaps that she was going to dispose of the child, and just didn't do it until that night on the 15th, June the 15th, when the family had the fight. So perhaps the fight was the thing that pushed her over the edge, and that she, you know, went ahead and followed through with her plan. Bizarre. This is just really bizarre. Why has this abandoned house never been investigated? Why have we never had fingerprints, DNA taken from it? It's just, you know, what other plausible explanation could there have been? That perhaps the defense used this in the beginning to set up, you know, stage a kidnapping. Quite strange. We'll see what happens.